Hi everybody. Hey, I'm doing another video. It's not going to be a long one. I have been reading Tom Campbell's My Big Toe, The Big Theory of Everything again. It's a really long and quite dense book, and I read part of it before, but I didn't read the whole thing. Really interesting stuff. I highly recommend it. He's a physicist, a scientist, a prolific astroprojector, and I like him because he talks about all these things, about other realities, larger consciousness system, in a way that is so logical. He kind of takes all the fluff out of it, which really speaks to me. I've been in the whole metaphysical realm for probably, well, over 40 years, and you get a little tired of people being really fluffy and airheady and extreme woo-woo sometimes. It's like, oh my God, really? And I do that. And I love this stuff, but I get a little bit like, oh my God. Can we get back down to reality? There's a way of talking about these things, encompassing it in reality and living it, and really conversing about it in a way that does make sense. That's why I like Tom Campbell. Anyway, so I've been listening to a lot of him lately too, because it just makes me happy. Yeah. Anyway, I made sure Peanut was in the shot here. Hey, Peanut. We went to the vet yesterday. That was fun. He didn't think so, but it was very important and necessary. Yeah, so things are good with Peanut. Just saying. He needs to get some treatments. Anyway, so back to the subject at hand. It's really hot here in Phoenix, and so I might look a little sweaty and worn out because I think everybody looks that way right now in Phoenix. Anyway, getting back to the subject. So I was listening to one of his interviews, and I wrote this down because I love this. He said, your intent modifies your future possibilities or probabilities. So what does that mean? It speaks to the importance of your intention, what you want to create. It is super, super important. And sometimes, it needs to be more defined than, well, I just want to be happy. Because what does that mean? We all just want to be happy. Now, it's deeper than that. And it needs to be more defined than that. And also, it really should not come from the ego. Yeah, that doesn't work. It needs to be a deeper desire about what you want to perhaps be or identify with, so that you can create that from a really deep level within yourself. So identity is really important with this. All right, so I wrote a few things down. What is consciousness? What is consciousness? And are we in a construct or a simulation? Now, I was doing some breath work one day. I've talked about this before. I was doing some breath work. This was really intense breath work. I think it was like 45 minutes that day. And this is not just casual breathing. This is deep, intense breathing continually. And also, I think I had done, what's his name? Melchizedek, Drumvolo Melchizedek. I had done his, I think it's like 18-step breathing technique. You can find it on YouTube. Drumvolo Melchizedek. It's to build your Maharic body, or your it's that 6-pointed star. Oh man, I'm doing a really bad job describing it, and I have one of those around here somewhere. So, anyway, that is your 6-pointed vehicle, counter-rotating triangles. One goes in one direction, the other one goes in the other direction. You activate it, and it's supposed to be part of your energetic structure. I wasn't planning on talking about this. I'll get it clearer in my mind in a future video, but I also had done that. Look up Drumbola McKesdick, 18 breath 18 step breathwork video. You will find it. It's very powerful. It was not the first time I've done it. Anyway, I did both of those that day. At some point, I pop out of my body. I pop out of my body. My consciousness is hovering above myself. Now, I'm also, when I'm doing this, I'm sitting on the floor still breathing, but my consciousness is up here doing this other thing. And I pop out of my body. I see these beings. I'll just tell the whole story. I see these beings. One is all white, and it's a super, super powerful being. Just emanating light and just big, powerful, big energy, and I can feel it. Next to it is a being that is all dark. Same thing, super powerful being that's all black. They're standing next to each other. Okay, the being that was all black, it did scare me. I mean, not enough to like pop me back into my body and stop. I still kept doing my breath work, and I hung out there in this place, wherever I was, in this construct. And what I got, what the information I received from them was, what I heard, I actually heard it, you can be as good as you want to be, you can be as bad as you want to be. That power and that energy, we have that available to us. In fact, I think that is us. We get to decide what we're doing here. And you are that powerful. And then I saw the construct. Now, this is where we get into the construct of reality. I saw this one being step forward and show me the energetic structure of it's sort of like the holographic, I mean, truly, it was the holographic structure of our energetic beings that get projected into this reality. And in that reality, our thoughts, our belief systems create what we experience, and it is projected through this structure. Sounds like a holographic construct. And what it was circular, and it was sort of tube shaped, going up and down, and the structure, it was like ovals, going in this direction and not this direction, all the way around, over and over and over again, perfectly sized, all the way around. And what I saw and was hearing was, you are 100% your belief systems, and that is the structure of your reality. And then what I saw was like, you could go in to, so these little round things all around the structure of the energetic hologram, you can pop those in and out and change your reality construct. So if you're believing something, it's the energy that you are, the consciousness that you are, projects through these little structures, and you experience what it is reflected back to you, and you experience what you believe. This is what I saw. And I was sitting in front of somebody one day doing some readings, and I actually saw it working. I could see, as part of her structure, her energetic structure, I saw what she believed about herself and how that energy was coming out, and she was experiencing what she believed and I knew exactly what she believed. And I did say a little bit about that, but I didn't go deep into it because it was not the appropriate place to do that. But we did talk about it a bit. Anyway, so I knew part of, not the whole thing, but part of her belief system and what she believed her life to be and what she was experiencing. It was a very interesting experience. So having this kind of vision that I saw, I don't know if it was a vision, I was there experiencing this thing, being shown this thing, and then having it, seeing it in the future after that, seeing the actual structure of it in relation to somebody else. It was quite interesting. So to me, that says, yes, we are in a holographic structure that's creating our reality that we are experiencing. So this gets back to, do your thoughts create your reality? Do your thoughts create reality? Do my thoughts create our reality? Or is it just our perception of reality? Maybe it's both, because there's also a reality that is collective. We have a collective reality. But our perceptions of reality are what we believe. It's a deep question. We could go on about it for quite a bit. So just wondering, also, I wanted to bring up, when you do, say you're doing energy healing, part of being a really good energy healer is knowing that you can connect with your mind to that other person, go into their field and manipulate it. So what's happening there? Part of it is belief system and going in, and are you overriding it? No, I don't know if you're overriding it. You're connecting with it, bringing in a higher frequency, clearing out some of the stuff so that they can experience something different. But you can always recreate that reality by going back to the same thoughts and actions that created the reality that you are in. What do you think about that? There are a lot of types of energy healing where you learn to visualize that person's reality and go in to their field with your imagination or mentally, and go in and shift some of the constructs that are in there and take them out. I have a book like this big and this thick about using imaginal work and bringing in healing for other people. So this goes down to the mind and how much you can create with your mind. And I think that we as a people do not understand how much we create with our reality and how much we can shift things with our mind. But this goes into consciousness work, being conscious, doing that work, learning to control our minds, learning to control our thoughts so that we can create the reality that we want. That is work. That is hard to do. I think some people don't think that we actually can do that. And also, we are subject to what's in the air. So if you're really empathic, I'm one of those people, if you're really empathic, you can start to feel other people's energies. You can feel the collective energy. You can walk into a room and feel the energy. And if you are not, that's right. If you haven't been trained to actually stop that energy from affecting you, it can really affect you and shift you and change you so that you have no control over that. So this is back to consciousness work and learning, recognizing energy, recognizing what is yours, what's not, what's in the field, how much you're taking on that might belong to other people. It gets confusing. So it's really important to work with with your thoughts, with consciousness. And how can you do this? Meditation. Meditate, meditate, meditate. If you have a hard time meditating, you can use binaural beats. They help to shift you into those brain states. When you reach those brain states, you have more control over your mind, over your thoughts. So binaural beats can certainly help. Using theta is a good one to use. I'm trying to think of what exactly is that. That's between, I think, 3 and 8 on the hertz. But you can just put in theta binaural beats, search, and you'll find some. It will help you shift into different brain states so that you can have more control and greater levels of consciousness. You can also do gamma waves, but I would recommend doing theta first and then shifting to gamma. Gamma are high binaural beats. So I think it starts around 40, around 50, to me is optimal. That takes you into the really high level of consciousness where you receive information. That's a really good one. Also, breath work. Breath work, I already talked about breath work. Breath work can help move some of that energy that is in the way, that helps so that you can get into those states. It helps move energy. So sometimes when I do breath work, I can feel this sense of resistance because sometimes you just don't like what's going on. Like, the weather here kind of sucks. I don't like it. But at some point you just have to accept it, because the only thing I can do about it is be sitting in the air conditioned room or in my car where it's not as hot. But when there's stuff you don't like or you just don't approve or whatever, all these things, there's a set of resistance that starts setting in the body. And there's so much to not like. We all get stuck in that. So there's this resistance that can step into the body and kind of clamp you up. And I've seen it clairvoyantly, like around people's spines, their central vertical column, like just this rigid structure. And I can feel it in myself sometimes too, when I get too caught up in, I don't like this. This sucks. It's easy to get there, really easy. So what you can do is breath work. Breath work will help move that energy so that you can be in that state and be calmer, be able to reach those higher states of awareness, of consciousness, where you learn how to control your mind and your thoughts so that you can achieve those higher states of consciousness, so that you have all of those things that you probably really want, which is more clarity, more information, more accurate information coming in, this type of thing. All these things will help you with this. Breathwork meditation, it's back to the basics. That is work, but it is so rewarding. Phenomenal. It's phenomenally rewarding. Anyway, so when you do this kind of work, you can actually do a technique where you're in this, some gateway stuff gets into this, and also Gerald O'Donnell, what you can do is, when you achieve these higher states of consciousness where your consciousness pops out of your body, you can actually set up some patterns for yourself where you see yourself building the life for yourself that you want using your mind. So energetically, you're setting up the structure of like, oh, I'm putting this into what I want. And I see myself, this higher version of myself, with this reality, the reality that I want to create. So say I want to have better relationships. So I'm seeing myself having amazing relationships. I'm putting the energy of having relationships where I really am enjoying myself. I'm getting along with people. There's an amazing connection in those relationships. I'm seeing that happen in the energetic structure that is my greater awareness above me. Okay, so you can say, I have my own business. I could see myself in my own business doing the work that I want, and I'm putting the structures in of around me, putting those pictures in of what that looks like, what it feels like really, and seeing it, building it around me. And you do that over and over and over again, and you can do this in these higher states of awareness. So, and then at some point you bring that part of yourself back into yourself, so that you are the thing that you want to become. So you are it. You're shifting your identity. You're shifting the way you want to see yourself. It's very, very powerful. And getting back to the structures of reality and creating it, being a simulation, you're kind of popping those identities pieces or belief systems. The ones you don't like, you're popping them out and putting the ones you like in. And so what you're going to see around you is more of what you want to create. Yeah. Anyway, so, and if you want to have more mystical experiences, which is, I think everybody, if you're into this kind of stuff I'm talking about, you probably do. You don't have to do drugs. You don't have to do plant medicine. You can just do breath work or meditate and use binaural beats and start requesting what you want and imagining it and bringing it in. It's really quite simple. So you're seeing your reality in a construct above yourself and bringing it in. Yeah, it's very cool. And that one experience that I did have where I was seeing that construct, the holographic construct and the energy, I did get what I was experiencing also was the greater consciousness system. Some people will call that God. Some people will call that, it has many names, but I could feel the energy of the greater consciousness field all around me. Some of it was empty. And I was seeing these pictures in front of me, these, what I was being shown. They're not really pictures. Anyway, that was an amazing mystical experience. I felt the presence of that greater consciousness field, which is or can be called God or source or spirit or the divine, all of these things, which is love. Everything is created from that space of love. That's what we are. We're just trying to get back to it. Create that reality, the game, your avatar, bringing this newer energy into your avatar, creating the structure of what you really want. Anyway, I hope this makes sense to you. It's kind of cool stuff. It's very cool. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments. My name is Lorina Quigley. I am an energy healer, mystic. I'm a mystic. I'm a psychic medium, and I also teach and I do mentoring. And if you like any of this content, I have more on YouTube. And also, I do sessions for people or readings for people remotely and in person. Anyway, trying to throw that in at the end. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.